Okay, now we save the query that we have sent into another variable. Let's call it D. In all my courses when I teach, I choose usually meaningless variables, but when you are creating actually a real project, it's better that you choose meaningful, because the purpose of this is just educational and teaching. I want you to notice in here, if you say, well, query B, what is B? B is a query that you want to send the database. A is in here, has been defined in here, which is an object representing the connection to the database. Now in here, for us to first to make sure that what this D is, we just say print R, and then D is said that because this is an object, for object we need to use print R instead of echo. So also I want to just run another function. D right now contains the all the answers, or actually let me just refresh the page and send something in here. If I say login, and this is our answer, if you notice mysql object, and it has some fields. The field that we are interested in is num rows, which is equal to 0. Num rows shows us that how many results we have right now. Because it is equal to 0, it means that we don't have any result outputting or resulting from sending this query. So in here, if I just say print rd and then num rows, which is an attribute for this object, or actually we don't need even to use print r because it is an string. We just say echo and then save it, refresh the page and say resend. You see num rows is equal to 0. So when num rows is equal to 1, it means that we have some answers. So in here I just press Ctrl K and we just say if the variable D running the function of the property of num rows on it, if it is not equal to 0, which means that we have some data, I want some code to be executed, else that which means that it is equal to 0, I want to say echo wrong email or password, wrong email or password. Of course we could write other things, that if the password is wrong, the email is wrong, or other things to just tell the user exactly what it is, but it is not the purpose of this course. So in here, if we have some data, we would want to say D and run a function called fetch as such, which cause all the data to be in a associative array. Now first of all, like always, we would want to just print this value in here to see what would be the result. So if I refresh in here and say resend, so right now we have wrong email or password. But if we provide some just some right data, the password of mghgh1629@gmail.com was m120. If I say login, you see that this is the output, the associative array. We want the security number in here, so we could just say that I want the security number in here. Now we save it again, we refresh the page and say resend. So right now, as you see, we only get the password. Let me do it with other data in here. The other row, I think it was johndoe@gmail.com, and the password was john123. So in here, if we say login, as you see, we got the other password in here. If you could completely see it, this is the security number regarding the johndoe@gmail.com email. If I enter anything else other than these two rows, which are the only data available, which means that only these two persons having these two security number are able to access our website. If you say login, it would tell them wrong email or password. So what we have done is that we have created a client page or a login or maybe registrar or any page like that which users or staff could see their security number using which they are able to access the website. Now, actually, this might be a real scenario. Sometimes people, when register, or some staff may have some special security number that changes every day. So if they want to access all sections, they have to have their security number first that they want to access the site. So they would just enter their email and their password, and a random password or new password for the day would be generating for them and giving to them. We could just do the same thing, but again, this is not the purpose of this course. The purpose of this course is to now tell you that how we could attack a page like this using the SQL injection, and how we could patch it using the prepared statements.